Hi, beautiful people. Month of February was looking a bit exciting, but at the same time a little bit chaotic. However, this was my mom and I. We were at the manicure and pedicure salon to get our mani and patties done, and oh my gosh, it was her first time getting them done, and it was such a cute feeling just to bond and basically get our nails done. So you better go and get your nails done with your mom if that's what you've been waiting to do. After those nail times, mom and I and my family, we had to catch a flight to go back to Pakistan because yes, that's where my brother was getting married. I didn't think I slept much in the flight, but this was when we finally landed, and the view was so cute. It was almost morning time, but still seemed pretty dark up in the sky, which is fine because I love traveling down in the night, and the view was just so pretty. Look at all the lights. Karachi is known for the city of lights. The first stop that we made was at some paratha place, and oh my gosh, the paratha was exactly what I wanted. I was really surprised because my dad usually never approves of outside food when we get there, but anyways, it was a good treat. And this is when we finally made it home, and then in the night we had to go and check out all of the venues. After coming home, I decided to cook something a little just to treat everyone. This was early in the morning the next day when we had to leave for Karachi. We didn't stay in the city because we went to, my birth town and the town where my dad and mom they grew up in, and that's where the wedding was being held. It was such a cute spot because I feel like living in the city it could have been even crazier, and just celebrating in a hometown which is less busy, less chaotic, and a lot more spacious is definitely fun. This was when we made it in Karachi, and I was just showing around places, but oh my gosh, scary stuff happened there. Yes, a whole shopping center went on fire, and oh my gosh, it was so spooky. But bless all the people who passed away. And later we went to eat at my favorite restaurant, and their biryani, oh my gosh, it's so lush. Even talking about it right now. Should have warned you about these firecrackers, but yes, this was a welcome thing that we did when my brother landed. In the night we were having pakoras. If you know what pakora is, then you might as well get some for yourself. And this was in the morning the next day when we were just at our rooftop planning for the wedding. I don't know how to describe this auto, but it is an auto which is made for people to use there as a public transport. It is so much fun. Thank God we didn't have car here. It went away for some work or something, and I was like, Dad, we need to sit down in this auto because let's not miss out on the vibe there. We finally got to the venue and did our decoration. This was my little bird. Oh my gosh, I miss her so much. She's my niece, and yes, just spending so much of time with her was so precious. And yes, I ate loads and loads of Pakistani crisps because they're super tangy. And then we went upstairs to try smoke bombs out. Apparently, these smoke bombs just did not want to work with me, and see that disappointment on my face. Just give it a minute, and there we go. This was the next day when we were just visiting our holy place, just as a moment of appreciation for whatever we have achieved so far. And on our way back, we were stopping by at a shop. Yep, that's a shop in the old town. Well, this is not like my birth town, but that was my dad's birth town. And then here I was at my mom's birth town. Yes, cows, they just wander around as they please. And when we finally made it back to my birth town, I was here having jalebi, celebrated that whole day. And this was when we were just in that wedding preparation mood. As you can see, all the mattresses are coming and going, and we were just working. And yep, mattresses came into that little auto again. Later at night, there were some fireworks that were going by our neighborhood, but I think that was wedding fireworks. We did this basically most of every night. It was just a pre-celebration that we were doing, and then I'm here back with my niece. She was just being cute, so I was like, let me just film you, girl. And this was when we were back working, just doing a bit of ritual preparation, I think, and then we went ahead and my brother and I decided to decorate the wedding room ourselves. Yes, we could have hired a decorator, but worst fun in that, this was when in the night I made everyone do warm-up exercises so that they'd be prepared to do their dance routine. And bless my brother here, he was doing all the hard work, making sure all the carpets are being brought in and they're nice, clean, tidy, all of that jazz. And here I was sitting in the auto by myself. Well, not by myself, my uncle was with me, and the ride was definitely bumpy. All the roads in Pakistan, well, most of them, they're well trained and all of that, but it's not that great. And my mom and dad were just dancing here, being cute. And this was late in the night when we had to work hard, work like some factory workers. And honestly, I must say kudos to those factory workers because it is definitely a hard work. But we were just preparing gifts and all of that for the guests that were coming over for the wedding. I don't really understand the concept of why do we have to do so much for the guests when wedding is supposed to be an occasion of celebration, but I feel like it's just the appreciation and token of love that you do for the guest. And yes, this guy was up on our roof trying to put those wedding lights down, and in the hall downstairs of our house we were doing some indoor decoration as well. So yep, as you can see, it's just decoration and decoration going on. And this is when lights finally went up. Honestly, I miss this time because this day was just so exciting and everything was being rushed. Just we're doing last minute things, and my aunt and I were still sticking some flowers around that pot. And yes, I was just being a helper out here, making sure the glue is intact. And this was after we were returning from guest house where rest of my family relatives stayed. And here we just finally made it to the venue, the official day of one of the wedding events. And the outside looks so cute. Yep, here goes trying to pose here. And yeah, it was just so fun posing and making sure we were enjoying. And this is when we were finally bringing in one of the things. And in the night we ordered pizza because all of that wedding food was just all eaten away by everyone else. And my mom wasn't feeling great, so I had to look after her, hence we missed out on that wedding food. But then in the night we were just eating and stuffing ourselves with pizza. This was the next morning when we were practicing for our other dance event, which was also called Mendi. But oh my gosh, these guys were just fooling around, making sure that they remembered the moves, and everyone was just everywhere basically in that room. This is when we finally made it to the Mendi Hall, and OMG, I missed that Mendi Hall so much. However, that day my kanken, my langa, decided to fall out. It was sad, but I still danced anyways because I'm not gonna miss the opportunity to dance, guys. And this is when finally Holly came around. Bless my brother again, he's just running right, left and center. But Holly was one of the best events that I enjoyed so much, despite the sun that was there for a good hour and a half. Everyone was complaining, but I was like, you know what, stop complaining people, just enjoy, because we were all born and raised here, so I don't understand why we're all complaining about the sun. But after the sun I did have a pretty bad heat, skin irritation, and then I was really sick as well. I don't know what was going on, but the girl managed to pull back over, and then we were celebrating my mom as she was going to be mother-in-law very soon, so we had to do some celebration for her too. And this was officially the wedding Bharat day, where we were going to take the Bharat to Karachi so my brother can finally meet the love of her life and get married with her. I mean, of course, we had to eat something because the driveway was just so long. I think it takes us about 4 or 5 hours to get to Karachi. And people were just blazing music in their cars, just trying to have that whole vibe environment. And this is when we finally made it. And yes, we had some drummers, some band people, and then we also ordered chariot, which is known ghori in Pakistan. And I was so happy because I never thought I'm gonna get a chance to sit in that, but I did. This was when all my cousins were just enjoying the dance outside, and later of course I joined them. Never gonna miss out on that opportunity. And then this is when we were at the reception. which was hosted by my family. And yes, as you can see, my brother and sister-in-law, they are there doing their cute entryway. And yes, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that all of the decorations did came out as I envisioned. Excuse the room because this was when we were all just like peace. Nobody has no more energy left because all of the events were over, and then later in the evening we went upstairs to fly a kite. We are no experts, but we're just trying here. But I feel like everyone just ended up feeling a bit sick after all of those wedding events were over. And here, this was finally the time when we were going back home to the UK. My niece was just giving me so much of love, and I do miss her so much. And here I was so happy and at peace that we were finally going back, but a bit of me was sad as well because it just felt a bit unusual that everything just went by so quickly. This is when we finally landed back in the UK, London, baby. And as you can see, the boy was feeling so tired, but then the next day I had to go to work, so he just buckled up. And then I was gonna take my collagen because girl is never gonna miss out on having a good health and a diet. And yes, as you can see, a pigeon with its nest decided to have a baby in our balcony. But I mean, it was a cute thing because it just felt like a bit of a blessing coming our way. And then I had to eat some bread because I was going for my work. And then I met my friend, and yes, I was celebrating the return of myself back to London. And we had a bit of a vegan hot dog, and you must try this place in Soho. I have ordered a Bluetooth speaker for myself because this girl could not live with her little tiny dino speaker. The volume wasn't that great, and it kept losing its battery every now and then. But this one is quite good of a speaker, so if you're planning on getting something from Amazon, definitely get the speaker. You'll not be disappointed with its sound and durability. It's really great, guys. And coming back here to my work time, and this was in the night when I just decided to have some chocolate because girl's been craving too much of sweet lately. And yes, I had to watch Bridgerton, guys. Don't tell me that you haven't watched Bridgerton. It is steamy, it has good storyline. And this is when I was reading my book, and here I was just going back to my parents' house because it was my mom's birthday. Yes, her birthday comes in February, and I had to go and meet her and treat her, guys. This was her birthday evening where I was like, you know what, we're gonna surprise her. We're gonna take her to a cute restaurant and celebrate it there. She had no idea why we were here though. But it was such a cute time with my parents. We ate, and oh my gosh, we ordered so much of food. I don't know why we did that. My dad and I were just looking at each other. We're like, you know what, oh well, we're gonna do it as a takeaway. And she blew the candles and she clapped for herself, which is so adorable. Of course, we were clapping for her too. But then here we were about to go to watch a movie at Odeon. However, it was such a disappointment because as soon as we got into the theater, they were like, oh, sorry, the movie is not being premiered. I was like, what? And that wraps up the vlog.